Hey, what's up everybody? Due to some fun technical issues, I lost the initial intro to this episode, which I believe is episode 7. Yeah, the microphone was doing some weird things. I'm not exactly sure what was happening. However, we could still make it work. We can still make it work. Alright. Well, anyways, there has been a lot of changes to the colony as a whole. First, I want to just kind of walk on over this way as a general call out. We got the new names, or not really new names, but we have the names that were given to me on proper tools. Right over here, Bacon with these two right here, and then Sir Octoplush right here with the axe. It's been fantastic. We're still going to be getting a, hi guys, how you doing? Nice, wonderful, lovely to see it. We're still going to be getting a time lapse in or two. I will kind of address that in a moment, but we're going to take a walk this way real quick. We're going to go on a little chitty chat on what the goal was for this episode. A little bit in more of a retrospective. We will come back after a short time lapse to go over some stuff. However, been upgrading everything. The colony has been coming across rather well. In the brief break, I have gotten all of the other buildings over here up to level 3 at the very least in our technical district over here, as well as started ironing out a lot of the recipes, which has been really helpful. Our mine has been doing some great work. It goes pretty deep down there. Suno over there doing some great work. But we got a lot of things such as the mechanic shop and everything being built up, the crusher and all of that. It's looking really great. Most of them have the recipes all ironed out for like iron armor, so our guards are all squared away. This guy's going through the cobble. We're sifting all that out. It's looking really good. We're going to be expanding over this way as well with some bridges. That's going to look really nice. And then also some tactile stuff is going to be happening over here along with our farm. Those were all things that were kind of addressed overall with today's episode, mostly from the stance of wanting to do some infrastructure stuff, like a lot of house cleaning, if you will, making sure that all our recipes were good, making sure that we cleaned up our old player housing spot. And now that I think about it, I never rebuilt my nether portal, so that needs to happen, which is a good segue into this particular spot right over here as the sun starts to set. One of the things that I had done when building everything up was I built this nice little tunnel down here that leads to my player house. And due to the fact that I cannot get the replay mod to work well with me, it causes crashing and stuff like that. And I believe it's just due to the current version of all the mods 9 that I have with Forge. I'm trying to figure it out. I wasn't able to actually get a good time lapse of me cleaning this out. However, with the sun setting, we're going to go down there. But one of the goals for today's episode was to relocate everything from where we had just kind of like a temporary base setup and move it down into this area. And so we'll head down there real quick. The original plan that I had for the player house was going to be inside the windmill up over there, but it ended up being too small. And then I kind of played around with that idea of like putting it under, like maybe with like an elevator or something like that. But it just didn't work the way that I wanted it to. So I ended up like having them build some stuff down here to this nice little place. I got these little the glowstones and everything like that going. I still need to actually clean this up and set this up to be a proper player house. However, we do have all of our farms. All of our farms have moved over. This was filled with water. This was such a slog to get everything through. However, we moved all of our farms over. They're kind of nice and neat. We can see I have drawers here now instead of some barrels. That's been super helpful. We're getting everything once again, growing it all back up. Our iron farm here with the drawers is doing its thing. We got the hemp stuff. I haven't mined any of this ore out yet. I kind of like the natural vibe of the base being like this. I'm looking at probably, I think stylistically what I'm wanting to do is make this look like it's in the inside of a geode, you know, maybe get some purple and like the crystals and stuff like that, make this look like a large geo. I think that'll look really cool. I managed to move my bed down over here, which we're going to sleep in real quick. And then I'm going to show you why I built the player house here and what the plans for not this episode, seeing as how I have to retroactively go back and record the intro here, but what I'm planning on doing in the next episode. And so if we come over here, one of the things that's really cool is this right here. So right below our colony, and I've hinted at this before, right below our colony, we have this giant chasm, and this thing is huge. I went down here a little bit back when I just had some like leather and iron armor just to kind of splunk around. I haven't done much looting down here. I kind of left this very open, and I want to explore this with you guys. So when we actually get around to doing a full-on adventuring kind of deep dive episode, this is what we're going to explore. We're going to go through here. We're going to check it all out. I think there's, if I recall, there was like diamonds or something like that over there. I remember being able to see them from somewhere. I don't remember where. But this thing is huge. It's sprawling. It goes pretty much all over underneath here. So that's really nice. So this is kind of why I built this player house right here. And I would love to kind of like get some purples in here, really make this look like a geode, make it pop, make it sparkle, and get some kind of like glass right here to kind of like be a window looking out. And then I'm thinking there's going to be an elevator either right here at the door or in the base proper that's going to take us down to the floor level. And I'm not sure what I'm going to use for that elevator yet. Maybe it'll be the create elevator. Maybe it'll be just some other mod that's part of the mod pack for the elevator. But it'll look really good. I'm liking it, and I think it's so cool, and I think it'll look really great. So one of the big plans that I had for this episode was to get everything all set up over in here. I moved all the farms over, our trees. I hollowed this all out. I cleaned it all up. I might have some footage I can kind of splice in right now over top so you guys can see what that looked like beforehand. However, the footage itself was kind of corrupted. The audio wasn't working the way that I wanted it to. So anyways, that was one of the big plans. But because of that being moved, it freed up some space over here for us where it originally was. I'm going to go check that out real quick. I don't believe Neely DeYancey has this completely all done yet, but this is where the alchemist hut is. It looks kind of nice. Got to do some terraforming and everything like that with the paths. I want to put some more greenery and shrubbery right here. This, what is this? This is an oak tree. Yeah, so this oak tree is going to get the same treatment as that birch tree that I built over yonder past these buildings with those rainbows. So we're going to be finding some rainbow oak leaves or saplings or something like that, which I believe I can get from the wandering trader, and I will be replacing all that so it kind of fits with the same vibe that we've been going through, which will look really good. So that's kind of taken this place right here. I tried a few other ideas, but ultimately the resident houses and stuff just didn't. It felt too cramped, you know. It didn't feel right. So that's been happening. That's really cool. The enchanter's house over here is slowly going up. I got a little path over there. We have a lot of terraforming to do. There's probably going to be a terraforming episode in the near future, or at least a jump cut for terraforming. I wish I was able to get that mod working. Replay mod. Yeah, replay mod working so that like it could be a more proper time lapse with me doing terraforming and stuff. I think that would be really nice, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't want to work. I want to walk down over here real quick, do a nice little pause at this. One of the two things that I wanted to do for you guys was do a time lapse of our builder's hut going up to level 4, as well as our warehouse going up to level 4. What ended up happening in the process of getting this time lapse, which, you know, hey, we'll go to that here in 1 second, was that the warehouse maxed out. And that's kind of a problem because it had no more room. Like, it was just, things were backed up, builders couldn't empty their things. It was hectic. And so while that was going on, I was like, well, we got to just jump right on over into this. And so you're going to get 2 time lapses here for both of these. In fact, why don't we just kind of like come up right here next to it real quick. We'll get into a nice little position and we'll just kind of jump right on into it. So I will see you guys after the time lapse. And go. Alright everybody, hey, this is Editor Rev coming in to kind of, one, give the music recommendation for this week with an honorable mention, as well as just briefly kind to mention that I again want to just apologize for the technical difficulties with today's episode. Not exactly sure what happened, but I hope I fixed it going forward and can make sure that like it doesn't ruin the cadence of everything of how things work. Anyways, the musical recommendation this week is actually, I have two of them. One being an honorable mention, and I'm kind of dipping back into some of my more alternative, softer style that I really enjoy from the early days of when I actually played music a lot with a band and everything. And so the first recommendation is Coming Home by City and Color. Really, really good alternative music. The sound that they have is honestly second to none. It's one of those, once you hear it for the first time, it just kind of gets stuck in your head and it just does not go anywhere. I love a lot of their songs, but Coming Home is probably one of the ones that I find myself going back to listening over and over again. And before talking about the colors of that song, I just kind of want to mention the honorable mention here is Baby Metal. Someone actually reached out in the comments asking about Baby Metal, and it's been a moment since I've listened to them. I do have a bit of a metal bone in my body. I definitely enjoy that particular genre, and Baby Metal is one of those ones that I found myself liking more and more the more I listen to it. I don't really have a favorite song, but I do enjoy their take on the metal genre. It's very nice. But I do want to kind of like loop back to the actual mention or recommendation that I have this week, which is Coming Home. And I just want to talk about just like how great the way that this band comes together with like the colors that I see, and the way that the acoustic and the overall guitars mimics that with the bass, and the vocals of the singers, just it really, something about it just really drives home. They have a lot of purple. There's a lot of purple hues in their songs. I find myself really gravitating more towards purple songs these days, but huge fan of it. Definitely recommend you guys check them out. 100%. A lot of really great music there. And again, of course, if you haven't heard of Baby Metal, definitely check them out as well. That was a recommendation from a commenter for me to kind of talk about, and I really wanted to let them know, because it's another really great band. But by all means, hopefully maybe either one of those bands kind of helps kickstart your Monday, because I can tell you right now, as you guys are probably watching this, I'm probably listening to either one of those bands. I kind of definitely jump in and go. So thank you so much again for tuning into the videos. This is a moment that I want to take just as a reminder to like, comment, subscribe. If you like or comment, you know, I'll definitely make sure to interact with you guys down in the chat. Give me a song recommendation. You know, I love listening to new things. And if you want your name and or naming of an item, by all means, please do so. All right, well, that is Editor Rev. We're going to go back to the past from me from the future. And again, thank you so much for tuning into the video. All right, and welcome back. Like I said, in that particular time lapse, which I guess was future Rev, past Rev, I think. I'm not really sure. The timelines get all messed up. However, this is a really cool, nice little build. We see the flower pots are starting to come out here. The inside is becoming a lot more decorated. We're seeing a lot more of the different like variant and the color wool. Down here we got a lot more racks, the glowstone, the crane has a bit more oomph to it, all the different type of building materials. So it's definitely looking very nice. Very nice. And also on that flip side right over here, we have our warehouse. The warehouse is coming together as well really nicely. Lots of more storage. We love to see it. I'm excited to be able to get this up to level 5. Currently this is level 4, brought in a lot more storage for us, but with the rate at which we are like just expanding and getting everything, like we're definitely going to need to get this upgraded. Like for sure. Managed to go find me those prismarine blocks, which is what you can see as the noting for the level 4, which is really cool. Something else to mention real quick as I'm making my way through some of the other aspects of the colony is there was a huge, absolutely massive barbarian raid, and I was not successful in holding them off, and so we lost a lot of people. We lost a ton of people. Over here, we have the sawmill, the Fletcher's hut, and another courier's hut because just so many people are demanding things. And off through the woods through here, we have our forester, which this is actually really cool. I haven't actually walked through it this way before. I need to, I think, make some paths. I think that'll be really nice. But doing pretty good over here. And another residence as well. I'm looking at connecting this back little guy to the dock over there. A nice little, like, riverside property, if you will. I think will look pretty nice. I'm liking how all these trees are coming in. I'm not sure why he's not chopping things down. He probably needs an axe. Let's see, what do we got? Lots of things. Some shields. Need some flowers and stuff. Ooh, man. Being the mayor of a colony, you never have a dull moment. That's for sure. That's for sure. I've been also taking time to upgrading the roads as well whenever I get the opportunity to. However, our builders have been really busy. So not many of them are at level 2 yet, but we are making progress. I'm going to take a little shortcut through over here. Just to come over on this side. We got our graveyard tucked back away over there. And like I had mentioned before, we did have some deaths in the colony, which is very unfortunate, but most of them did end up finding a resting place. We lost our forester, we lost the knight, some archers. It was pretty rough. Oh, I don't even know. Is it downstairs? Ooh. Oh, well, that's neat. Didn't know that. However, because the graveyard was only level 1, he could only save a couple people. Which was really unfortunate, seeing as we lost like 10. I think 10 people died in that raid. It's not good. Not good at all. However, we're gonna come right over here. I just want to show the military district, is what I'm kind of dubbing it, which is this over here. We've been building some things up. You'll notice there are walls as well being built up over through here. Definitely making some headway with that, which has been nice. Trying to really plan that out. I realized with that raid happening that we don't really have defenses in the way that I want. So over here we have the archery training, which is really, really cool. It's all coming together. And then over here is the combat academy. Again, really nice. Someone up there? No, that's just that. And then this is the mystic site, slowly building itself up. Really, really cool. And I'm looking to have this be like a path, like part of the main gate. I'm gonna need some arches and stuff like that, I think, built up over here. And this is going to be the main path in and out of our city. I think will look really, really nice. Now, I don't know how far I'm going to expand the city that way, but I might have to be doing some manual path blocking right there. So yeah, love the way all the trees are illuminated. It looks really, really great. We're gonna just kind of walk back over this way, back to the little player house. Just walking a nice little gentle walk through the streets. We managed to get a lot done. Unfortunate to have the initial footage be on the corrupt side, but it's all right. We can make do. We can make do with it. It works. Our knights are, again, of course, as I had mentioned, like being fully outfitted with iron armor. Also, hopefully with swords. I don't know why they don't got any swords at the moment. I'll have to take a look at that, as well as like arrows and stuff. Things are being built. We're making really good progress overall. We got the flower huts and everything. Oh, pirates. All right. Well, hold on. We'll be right back. Whew, okay, we are back, and that was, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was not expecting pirates, let alone an entire ship to spawn, and on top of that, was not at all expecting that I needed to get on the ship to destroy all the spawners. Whew. Anyways, well, that certainly makes up for a eventful everything breaking on me kind kind of vibe. We did lose some people in the process, but we did get some iron scimitars out of it, so that's kind of nice. We'll make sure to deposit those in the warehouse when we get back. So let's go ahead and make our way back that way. I'll definitely be taking a look at this ship in the future. I hope it doesn't despawn. I don't think it's gonna despawn, but like I hope it doesn't. It'd be fun to kind of go and actually loot and explore that. But we're gonna come back over this way. You can see the pillars up into the sky. We had some deaths, which kind of highlights to me that we do not have the what would you say, the proper coverage. I saw all of the knights and stuff like that were 100% like in armor, but they did not have the arrows, they didn't have the weapons. So definitely gonna have to sort that one out before next thing. It's, for whatever reason, it's bugged up at the top too. It's not going away. Our gravekeeper is over here doing their job, so hopefully we'll see all that happen right there, which will be nice. But I think with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode. I know this week's going a little bit on the shorter side, but that's kind of due to some technical difficulties, and I apologize for that. However, I will definitely make it up for you guys next week. Just a fun, friendly reminder, thank you so much again for spending your Mondays with me. I definitely enjoy all of this. It is fun. I like giving some song recommendations, so by all means, please leave a song recommendation below for me to check out. I hope you enjoyed this week's song recommendations, as well as the honorable mention. That's the word I was looking for, the honorable mention. And with that being said, of course, if there's something that you would like to have named within the colony of Symphonally, whoever came up with that name, you knew what you were doing. Tongue twisting me. But with that, happy Monday, everybody. Hopefully you have a great week ahead of you. Ooh, I didn't mean to zoom in. I meant to crouch. Hope you have a great week ahead of you, and I'm looking forward to the next episode where we're probably going to have a lot of this all cleaned up and hopefully start seeing that push into having this colony be fully optimized for what it needs to do. At least I hope. I don't know. That research takes a long time. Anyways, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!